Hi guys, welcome to Berlin, the perfect place for your next startup. In fact, today we're going to interview the co-founder of Spacebase, an amazing concept for renting cool creative meeting spaces. Let's meet him to find out more. Jan, thank you very much for welcoming us today here at your offices in Berlin.
Of course.
Could you tell us a bit more about the concept of Spacebase? Why was it created?
I used to work in consulting, and back then I slept like 200, it was actually true, like 200 nights a year in a Hilton hotel. And I got really bored by hotels and like this daily environment. It was always the same. And that's where I got in contact with the sharing economy, because we started to think we like to use Airbnb in private. Why can't we use it also for professional stays? And then we started to use Airbnb, and we got very comfortable with the concept of the sharing economy. And then the next step was that we realized now we got rid of these hotel rooms, but we're still meeting in those boring conference rooms. We decided, why don't we look for locations that are more exciting, more inspirational? Because for a lot of topics, people just want to get out of the office. They need some inspiration, and the room can really help with this. And then we started to do that still as consultants. But we realized it's a lot of work to find these rooms. So then slowly we realized that it's a good idea to start a company that only focuses on that.
So what type of meetings do you have, and what services do you offer?
Okay, so first of all, what kind of meetings we have? We offer meetings in the range from 5 to roughly 70 people, meeting rooms for those kind of people. In the beginning we offered bigger venues, but for the bigger venues we realized we are a middleman that's not needed. If you want to do an event with 1,000 people, you need to be in direct contact with the location, because there needs to be a lot of communication, and if we're in the middle, we can't really help there. But with meeting rooms, it's a very standardized process. What do you need? You need a flip chart, a projector, catering, and so on. And that's it. So we can really help with being in the middle, making it easier for the client and for the location. That's our ultimate goal. That if it's not easier for both sides, we don't have a viable business model.
What are the requirements for the meeting spaces?
We're open to all kinds of spaces. But I mean, that's also only the first step. Then of course we have to check it, because the first legal aspects are important. Like, do you have like a fire escape, fire plan, like all that fire safety stuff? I mean, that's important. And also, are you allowed to do it? So what we don't want is private people renting their rooms like on Airbnb, because there's a lot of safety hazards, and also sometimes they don't pay taxes and so on. And so we only work with professional locations that are normally used for something else. So for example, a photography studio, because photographers have exciting studios, a sustainable restaurant where they grow their own food. That's something that I like very much. And if you have, for example, a sustainability workshop, it makes a lot of sense to do it there. And but what I really still like is the boxing gym that we have here in Berlin. Mm-hmm. We've rented out a couple of times, and it's just a lot of fun, because you can have a very proper presentation in there, because it has this elevation, and still it's a really rough space. I mean, it's very unusual, and you can have, we had one discussion there that was a panel discussion, and people were arguing against each other. So they're in the boxing gym arguing against each other. That was pretty nice. I like that. There's a lot of competition in the general field of making meeting rooms available online. But there's only very few companies who offer unique and exciting meeting rooms. Most of the companies, what they do is they take the hotel inventory and put it online and try to make it bookable online, make live availability and so on. But we set out to exactly not do that, because if we have one hotel on the website, it's okay, but we want to have the exciting rooms and make meetings better.
Mm-hmm. So who are your clients, and how do you generate your revenue?
Most of our clients are startup tech companies and consultancies, media agencies, and so on. And those are the clients that came in the very beginning, because they always used to do meetings in unique meeting spaces, so it's nothing new for them. It's just new that they have now a platform where they can just get to the spaces. And then we get more and more clients from more conservative industries, like pharmaceuticals, aviation, transportation, and so on. And even a boring transportation company now decides they need to change the mood in the company and start a new culture and new meeting spaces, and are part of this new lifestyle. And how do we generate revenue? We take commission of the spaces. But for us, it's really important that the price for the customer always stays the same, and we take the commission from the location. And we see that as a fair price for the service, the location pays, so we market them.
So what's next to add in your portfolio? What's your ambitions?
What's next in our portfolio? I mean, first geographically, we're very urban in Germany, but a lot of meetings in Germany happen outside in the countryside. So now we're slowly starting to add more locations in the countryside. And there's very exciting locations like old farmhouses and like old airport fields and like crazy stuff, old train stations, like crazy stuff out there that we can use. So that's very hard to get, but also very exciting.
So what advice would you give to someone wanted to open their own startup?
I have one tip, and it's very specific, but use LinkedIn. At least in Germany it works like crazy. Find a person that in your wildest dream you would like to talk to and to help you, and then just write them directly on LinkedIn. Be very honest, not political. Write them what you're doing, how they could help, and just say like, we need your advice as an expert and so on, and just be very honest. And I mean, you have to send 100 messages, but 5 people will help you, and that's incredible, yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.